there, and welcome to a new episode of kind of like our retro video game cleanup, fixing kind of things. Today I'm going to show you just what I do when I get a new N64 game. Same applies for any kind of cartridge-based game like Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, things like that. Anytime before I ever insert a new cart into my systems, I always clean them. Just because if there's any dirt or grime or anything like that, I don't want those getting into the pins of my carded systems, because that will create more dirt, which means the pins won't connect and therefore the game won't play even though it's perfectly functional, because either the pins on the game are dirty or the pins in your system are dirty. And you can't see it on camera. I pointed at my system like I was on the face cam of the Mac. But you only really need a couple things. Really, to clean the inside of the cart, you just need some rubbing alcohol, 91%. Like, you want the higher because that will dry quicker and everything like that. These are safe to use on those. They won't deteriorate or rust them like water does. Like when we were kids, when we used to blow into our cartridge, we were blowing dust off, but we were also getting water on the pins, which caused them to rust, which caused them to not work as well later on down the road. So using rubbing alcohol will prevent that from happening. To clean the pins, you just need basic Q-tip right here. That's all you need. I have a rag right here. I have two rags to clean the outside of the console, mostly because I already took the sticker off, but you can see the residue of a GameCube sticker, or not GameCube, I'm sorry, a GameStop sticker right here. And I like my carts to be clean, plus I always put labels on top, so I like to clean the outside of the cart as well. So first I will show you how to clean the inside of the cart. It's really simple. You just, for this, because it's got a squeeze bottle, I usually just, like the older ones, I'd put it in the cap and just dab in there, but just squeeze a little up. Just get the Q-tip nice and wet. And then right in here, you just kind of, I go side to side and then up and down to clean the pins, just to make sure I'm getting all the dirt and grime off of them. I'll clean that bottom part, and as you can see, is it going to focus? That's not going to focus on the Q-tip, but you can see how dirty the inside of that part was right there. So get that nice and cleaned off. So we're going to start. I've got the alcohol, but I also have some Goo Gone in case this sticker is really difficult, because I want to get it off. I don't like those on my stickers. When I first started collecting retro games, because I was starting it out as a little bit of a hobby, I didn't mind carts being in not great condition. But now that I'm taking it more seriously, I do like them as clean as possible. So when I get them, I want to clean them up and touch them up and things like that. Some harder, and generally I want a good sticker on there. The more expensive games, I'm less picky about, just because they're expensive. And it's kind of like, oh, I'll get this now for my collection, and then, you know, maybe later on down the road, I'll buy a more pristine version of that cart. Oh, good. So it looks like we're not going to have to use the Goo Gone. We got all that residual residue off this cart. Let me just put a little more alcohol on there, so I'll clean the rest of the cart up. We don't want one side looking super clean, the other side being a little dingy and dirty. So get the rest of that cleaned up. Oh, it looks like we got a little bit of residue on this side that I did not notice before. So let's just get it. And this is like a microfiber cloth. That's what I use. And let me clean the top off. And I'm cleaning the top off because I have labels. These fun little labels my wife got me when I first started collecting the games, retro games. And it was kind of funny because I was only going to get like a few, but she thought the labels would be cool to put those on the few. And these became like a checklist. So once she got these for me, I decided I'm getting all the N64 games. All right, there we go. We got the label off. And then I just always try to center it as best as I can. Just eyeball it and just slap those right on there. And boom, there we go. We got a clean cart. This was actually easier than I anticipated. I really thought I was going to have to work hard to get that GameStop sticker residue off there, but just a little bit of alcohol, cleaned it up, and now Everything's already dry, so let's go test it out and make sure it works. Now we're over at the CRTV. I'm gonna power on the system. And there we go. Jeopardy is based on the television series produced by Columbia TriStar. And boom, we got a working cart. There you go. That's how you clean your games. Real simple process, and it makes it playing them even better. So, as always, like, subscribe, and take it easy.